Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Caldwell's information session. My name is Sydney Jett.
My name is Lily Palmer.
And I'm Caden Miller. And first things first, we want to talk about the values of the Caldwell Fellows Program. So these are our values. I'll just go through them quickly. So servant leadership, we place an emphasis on service-based leadership, and we'll talk a little bit more about what that looks like later. We also value personal development, and going along with that, principled reflection, rigorous integrity, and authentic self. So really, the Caldwell Fellows Program is about being the best version of yourself to help out your community and the people that you're around.
So to address the core values of our programs, we engage in leadership development, specifically servant leadership, which is all about placing yourself within an organization and alongside with them rather than above them. And we do this through components such as our sophomore seminar, monthly dinner seminars, and other things throughout the program, including mentorship from Caldwell staff, coaches, and alumni. We also have a lot of opportunities for experiential education. This can be through service learning with our community partners. It can be serving on a leadership team within the Caldwell Fellows Program, or it can be other experiential education funded trips or professional development things. So anything that you can think of that can kind of develop you personally and professionally, and we'll share some examples of those. And lastly, we are an intentional community. So fellows reflect a rich diversity of NC State students from all different backgrounds, cultures, disciplines, majors across NC State. And we're all committed to working together to develop our leadership skills and serve others, and as well as learn together and support each other.
And so, a little bit about our program components is that we are learning amongst community. This means that we have monthly dinner seminars, which we engage in with or it's cross-peer engagement. We also have the sophomore service learning course, which you will hear more about later in this presentation. We have annual class retreats where we go in, they're themed around different elements or developmental elements. We also have professional developmental opportunities such as career building, networking, and also career counseling. Our coaching, we also have leadership opportunities such as TA positions and then also Caldwell leadership teams, which this is an example, or the recruitment team is an example of one of those leadership teams. And then we also have satellite camp.
So the Caldwell Fellows Program is rooted in our core philosophy of servant leadership. So basically, what this means is leading by serving others, putting the needs of your community first, and ensuring that leadership actually benefits those who are being led. So to do this, the program emphasizes experiential learning, whether that be through an experiential learning stipend or through one of the many experiences that we'll tell you about later in the session. And really, what we value for leadership is developing leadership with mentorship through principled reflection and like kind of viewing principled reflection as an ability to grow through understanding one's strengths and weaknesses and personality, and then also that long-term impact. So the Caldwell Fellows Program is developing not just a college leader or a student leader, but a leader for life. So it's a lifelong commitment to servant leadership and helping others.
And so one of these ways you can get involved in servant leadership is through our program in the Caldwell Fellows called Satellite. This is a summer camp that we host for high school sophomores, and it's really centered around an equitable educational opportunity that we allow all North Carolina, or we take in North Carolina high school students, and we really try to expose under-resourced students to higher education and the different routes that they can take. And so this is one of the ways that you can actively practice that servant leadership and see how you can visibly impact your community and also try out different leadership styles. It is a 5-day overnight camp that you can be a Caldwell and be part of, but you also don't have to be a Caldwell to be part of. So if you're interested, you should apply.
And as we mentioned earlier, another way that we develop servant leadership within Caldwell Fellows is our sophomore seminar. This is a 3-credit-hour service learning course that you would take upon the next fall semester if you're accepted into the program. And this is taught by our director, Dr. Odom. And you get to learn about leadership in the classroom setting, kind of learn more about yourself, your strengths, your personality, communication styles, and just how you can be a better leader and develop your leadership philosophy. And then the other component of the course is going out into the community and volunteering at one of our service learning partners. And some examples of these are Neighbor to Neighbor, Interfaith Food Shuttle Farm, Habitat for Humanity, Dorothea Dix Park, Sunlight, and the Open Door Clinic. And you're led by a TA who was previously on that service learning team in their past seminar. And you really get to apply what you're learning into the classroom out in your service learning sites to make a difference with those campus partners. And then we also have Caldwell leadership teams. So there's a lot of different ways to get involved within the program to assume leadership roles or just give back to the program and kind of help us function and run together. So some examples of our teams are dinner seminar teams, and they plan our monthly dinner seminars that we have together. Philanthropy team, recruitment team, which we are a part of, and we help give information sessions to potential applicants. Communications team, celebrations team, and stakeholder engagement team. And these are all examples of teams that you would be able to join as a Caldwell Fellow to give back to the program and also develop your leadership skills.
And so a big part of the Caldwell Fellows community is experiential learning. And once you go out there and kind of build your own adventure and see, what you can do with your own capabilities, if you can think of it, we usually let you do it with a few exceptions. But yeah, it's really, and we do this through the use of stipends, and we'll kind of talk more about how we've each used our stipends. And so I used my stipend to study abroad in South Korea. I studied international relations at Hanyang University. It was my first time ever out of the country, so it was really like a groundbreaking experience for me, and I loved it and I learned a lot. I've also used my stipend to fund a trip with the Caldwell Fellows to Seattle, and also getting my teaching English as a second language certification.
And I used a smaller stipend to become a certified wellness coach. So there was a cost associated with the study program and also taking the exam. So I was able to use a stipend to fund that professional development experience. And now I'm able to work as a student wellness coach at Wellness and Recreation. And then a few summers ago, I used a stipend to fund an unpaid internship, which is obviously really life-changing to be able to do something that is unpaid, but still support yourself. And I was able to write a research paper that was developed or published in my local medical society's journal.
So now I want to tell you about the Caldwell Fellows Wilderness Expedition. So that's something that we go on every year through National Outdoor Leadership Certified Trainers, oftentimes that are alumni of our program. And you're really just encouraged to step out of your comfort zone, go into a natural setting, and traverse it. And for the result of personal growth, getting to really know your fellow fellows. You'll really get to know someone when you're on the side of a mountain or underwater with them. And actually, recently we had a wilderness expedition out to Boundary Waters in Minnesota, where they did a week of canoeing and camping and hiking with the canoes all around the Boundary Waters area. I didn't go myself, but it looked beautiful. So there's an idea of what we do with the wilderness expeditions, and really it's a great way to kind of push yourself outside of your comfort zone, really get to know yourself and get to know the other people that are on wilderness with you.
So really to sum all this up is that as a Caldwell Fellows, we are a big intentional community. We pride on self and authenticity, and we really want to see how you bring or what you bring to the table and how you show who you are into different endeavors. We are all curious individuals, and we represent a diversity of cultures across the campus.
And so we're going to go over some eligibility requirements to apply to the program. So you're eligible to apply if you're a full-time undergrad student, so 12 plus credit hours, and if you're in your first full year at NC State. So transfer and international students are eligible, and your credit credits don't matter, even if you're at sophomore or junior standing. It just has to be your first full academic year at NC State, which also includes Spring Connect students. You also have to have a GPA of at least 3.25, and this is your GPA since arriving at NC State. So this will be officially finalized and released at the end of this fall semester, and that's when you'll know officially if you're eligible to apply, but our application opens earlier than that in October, so you can obviously open it, get a head start before then. And our online application is on Pack Assist, and it includes essays, experiences, short answers, a video, uploading your resume, which can include experiences from high school, and one recommendation from an NC State faculty member, staff person, or graduate student. So definitely recommend to get started on that early, and let them know that you're thinking of them for a recommendation. And also want to draw your attention to the application walkthrough document. This will be hyperlinked as a Google Doc on the top of the application, and it gives you some helpful tips to how to go about it and kind of what we're looking for. And if you make it past the online application round, then there will be semifinalist interview day. And after that, the finalist selection day, and then the final class will be selected from that interview day. And also a note that current Caldwell Fellows are not allowed to assist or coach you on your application. So if you have any questions, please reach out to our Associate Director, Dr. Brewer, and his contact information will be on our last slide.
So keep these dates in mind for those application related things. As you just saw on the last slide, there are a lot of components of our application. It's because we want to get to know who you are through the application process. So keep these dates in mind and start working on the application soon, sooner rather than later, because you're going to want time to make every part of your application thoughtful and representative of who you are as an individual. So definitely keep these dates in mind. And as a pro tip, start working on the application as soon as you can.
And we'd also like to invite you to our Caldwell Connections event. So we have a few dates up here on the slides, and these will be held in the Caldwell Fellows office, which is in Poland Hall, right near University Housing. And you can come meet and chat with current fellows about their experiences of the program. We'll also have some light snacks and refreshments. So this is a chance to get your questions answered, ask us about our experiences within the program, and just kind of informally connect with us. And these are going to be like about 2-hour drop-in spaces. So feel free to come as you are when you can, and chat with us.
And if you have any questions, please reach out to our Associate Director, Dr. Brewer. His email is right there. And then also follow our Instagram, and our website code is linked below.